Well, Chris, very good win, character-filled performance.
Unbelievable.
What do you reckon?
I'm quite emotional about it, I've got to say, kids, regarding that this afternoon. Yeah, I just thought it was absolutely incredible effort by everybody. We're so stretched. It shows it in terms of what we and academy's been great, but stretched in terms of some of the players, should never have walked onto the pitch, let alone get through 90 minutes or 75 minutes. As Tom Davies, however, he's got through 90 minutes, I'll never know. The effort of the boys, the character of the boys, when we're up against it, obviously, fine margins really. Burnley, fine margin. Sunderland, fine margin. West Brom, fine margin. And all decent sides. Watford, good home record. And you look at their group as well. And I'm not being critical. Said I thought we were light at the start of the season. To have 50%, 60%, to lose Kiefer Moore yesterday as well, and then put Ryan on the pitch. I just thought we have to use this. We have to use this from the players' point of view. We have to use this as a club point of view. What this club is all about, what it really means to us as a group. The supporters were incredible today. They recognised it. They recognised that the boys were running on empty. We didn't have opportunities to rest players. We didn't have opportunities to change it up. We had 2, 3 senior players to come out onto the pitch. I couldn't have exposed the young boys. It wouldn't have been fair on them. So, not by far, an incredible effort and a real sort of, I don't know what I can say about it. Just what the group represents and what the personality and the character. Too much is talked about, style and we'll get the performance right, and other clubs go down that road. Let's get the performance right. We want to win. You got to want to win. I said to them before, put it all out the window. You've got to want to win. You've got to get out of comfort zone. We're not in the comfort zone. You've got to get yourself into that zone where it really hurts and you really desperately want to win a game of football. And the players, deserve that win today, and the supporters deserved, that result for the effort and what they put in. Listen, that's really from my sort of assumption and take of the day.
And a lot of players ran their blood to water. You mentioned Davis, but he wasn't the only one. Look, Sidney Peck's not played a load of football in his life, and he was outstanding today.
Yeah, you're looking at young kids there that are doing a man's job at the top of the championship, and trying to compete with some big teams in the division. When we've got everybody available, we get the results that we've got. When we don't, it makes it a little bit more difficult. It makes it double difficult when you've got the situation I've had to deal with today. By far and away, the sort of the worst selection process that I've had to deal with the amount of boys that are unavailable, and some good players, Sousa, Raksake, Shackleton, Suter, Blaster, Kiefer Moore, Tyrese Campbell. There's 7 or 8. We just had to get through today by hook or by crook, whatever it took, whatever you needed to do as a player, whatever I needed to do from a motivational point of view to get those boys or give them the help, whatever the coaches needed to do to give them a hand. But sometimes it just comes to, do you want to win? And those boys wanted to win, and they deserve their win today.
When you look back at this performance in the weeks ahead, and some of the players that are having to go above and beyond and maybe play a bit more than maybe they might ordinarily,
100%.
What will that maybe make you reflect on where the squad is at?
Well, it's plain as I'm not being critical, because I knew we'd be short in the start of the season. I'm not trying to be the cleverest man in the world. I knew that we'd get tested and we'd get stretched. We were short at the start of the season. So we knew these periods would come, but not to the extent of what it's come. And you look at Watford are in 7th or 8th position, and their bench, and you look at ours, and we've got, and it's like I said, next week for the Norwich game. It's a cracker situation. I've potentially got 5 players back, and I know how hard the owners are working. I know how hard Stephen Bettis is working, and the recruitment boys are working to bring in some quality experience that can help the group. So we will push on with that, and I'm sure we'll get some joy in the next week to 10 days. And like I said, all of a sudden now, that Norwich game looming in 2 weeks' time. We will have the reinforcements. We'll have some players back, and then we can, really go for it in the last 20 games of the season.
You mentioned Kiefer Moore a couple of times there. Why didn't he play today?
He wasn't great on Wednesday night at Sunderland. So doctor went to see him Thursday. High temperature yesterday, and even we had to basically stop him travelling today because of his temperature, and he's not in a great shape. So he'll be back as well. So another one, the big players, the huge players, and we're asking, like you said, Alfies and Siddy Pecks and Harrison Burrows, and new to Championship football, new to top end football, and new to an incredibly demanding manager and a set of coaching staff. That we're trying to get everything out of them, but I always think that if I can do that, I've done my job, and we're doing that, and the players are giving absolutely everything. And all I've always said about our club, our supporters, is that's what they want to see, and they've seen that in absolutely buckets tonight.
Can I just ask though, to finish, Gus Harmer did hobble around the edge of the pitch. What's happening?
Well, another one. He had a tight hamstring, so he went to as long as he can go to. We're living dangerously. We really are living dangerously, and but like I said, players back. We'll look at that Cardiff game. I think people will understand and expect that that we might have to whiz it around a little bit, but we're players back. So hopefully Gus hasn't done anything too serious. Another one that but potentially, if we'd have kept him on the pitch, we might have lost him for long, and we can't lose him because he's such a big player for us. But there was enormous performances out there today, absolutely huge performances by Davis, by Peck, by Robinson, by Anel. Absolutely massive performance from Callum Aware, the distance he covered. And as you can tell, as you can imagine, I'm so proud of this group, and everybody should be, in terms of what they're doing and what they're achieving. 50 what now? What are we on?
We'll go on 2 or
54. Yeah, isn't it?
54.
Yeah.
We are on 54
You are
points.
54.
Love it.
There you go.
Love it.
Congratulations.
Cheers.